Hello everyone, I am Anupama Labhe and I am here to take your second lecture on the subject company law. Yesterday we discussed the different units, that means 4 units of your company law. Now we are discussing today the meaning and definitions given by different scholars and the act about the company, definition of company. Under section 2, subsection 20, listen carefully. This is known as section and the figure which is mentioned in bracket is known as subsection. When we read this, we say that under section 2, subsection 20. Is it okay? An organization incorporated under this act or under any previous company law. It means the definition which is stated by the Companies Act under section 2 subsection 20 that an organization. Company, what is the company? Company is an organization. Incorporated under this act. Incorporated under this act means the rules and regulations which are said under this act. If that organization is incorporated by following the acts which are stated under section 2 subsection 20, then we can say that this organization is a company or under any previous company law. I told you yesterday that before Companies Act 2013 there was Companies Act 1956. Earlier there were so many acts which stated how you define the company. Then at that time, if your company comes into existence, you cannot deny that, now you cannot deny that this is not a company, because the rules and regulations which are framed under section 2 subsection 20 are not followed by that company. So specifically this section states that any company, that means the new company which is forming after 2030, then they have to follow the rules and regulations which are mentioned under section 2 subsection 20, and if the company which is already in existence must follow those rules which were prevail at the time of its existence. Okay. Then the second definition which is given by Justice Lord Lindley. He says that a company is an association of, here they are using the word association. Under Companies Act they are using the word organization. Why he is using the word association? Because association means at least 2 or more than 2 persons when come together. So he is saying that association. But Justice Lord Lindley given his definition before Companies Act 2013, and at that time sole tradership was prevailing, but sole tradership do not comes under the definition of company. So he said that association of persons. But under Companies Act 2013, even we see that there is one person company. One person company. What does that mean? One person company means one person can form the company. There is no need of at least 2 or at least 7 members to form the company. So this definition, we cannot say that this definition will be prevalent or will be relevant under Companies Act 2013. But this defines the scope of the, or you may say the characteristics of the company. A company is an association of many persons who contribute money or money's worth. He says that the person who are contributing money or money's worth. Money's worth means money's worth means what? That means which can be defined in terms of money. You can bring your assets for running your business. That means money's worth. To a common stock Common stock means what? Company needs capital for carrying out its business activities, and for that purpose what you need the money and employed to some trade or business. Company or organization aims to carry out trade or business and who share the profit and loss arising therefrom. These persons who are contributing their money or money's worth towards the organization are entitled to share the profits or share the losses of the company which are arise due to the activity which is carried out by the trade or the business. Is it clear? Now the next definition is given by Chief Justice Marshall. He says that it is an artificial person. I told you yesterday that company is an artificial person because it is created by law. It is not a natural person. An artificial person being invisible. You cannot see the company. जैसे कि you are seeing me, I can see you, but you cannot see the company. You can just feel the existence of the company through its activities or through the building which is on which the name of the company is mentioned. Invisible, existing only in contemplation of the law. This is existed only in the eyes of the law. Being mere creation of law, it possesses only the properties which the charter of its creation confer upon it. Read it carefully. Properties, that means being a mere creation of law, that means it is created by law, so it can do only those activities which are stated under its charter. Charter means what? The memorandum of association or the articles and the articles of association. Confer upon it either expressly or as included in its very existence. Memorandum of association states the objectives of the company and articles of association states the internal rules governing the company. The company cannot run its business by itself because it is an artificial person, so it carry out its activities through natural persons and they are named as directors, and collectively they are known as board of directors. These persons on behalf of company carry out the activities of the company. So the company, being an artificial person, cannot orally or cannot have a control over the directors of the company, but it can check the activities of the board of directors through this memorandum of association and articles of association. Any activity which is performed by the directors of the company must be within the ambit of this memorandum of association and articles of association. Any act which is done by directors beyond the powers which are inferred on them by the memorandum of association and the articles of association are known as ultra-virus. Ultra-virus. So, any act which is done by the directors beyond the capacity or beyond the authority which is conferred on them through memorandum of association and articles of association, then the director himself or themselves personally responsible for those acts. So this way, this artificial person through the charter of the company have complete control on the acts of the board of directors. Is it clear? Okay. Should we revise these definitions again? Okay, we will revise this definition again. The first definition is given by the Companies Act. under section 2 subsection 20. What it states, an organization incorporated under this act or under any previous company law. What does that mean? Any organization which is incorporated by following the rules and regulations which are stated under section 2 subsection 20 or under any previous law means when the company comes into an existence, at that time the law, that means company law, which was prevalent at that time, and by following the rules and regulations of those companies act, that company comes into existence, that companies also come under the definition of company. Then the second definition is given by Justice Lord Lindley. He says that a company is an association of many persons. He says that we can say that this is a company when two or more persons or many persons come together and share their money or money's worth towards the common stock, that means the capital of the company, and employ it to some trade or business. And that money which is contributed by those members are employed for carrying out the activities such as trade or business, and who share the profits and loss of the company. And these persons are, or you may say that these persons can share the profit and loss of that company. Then the next definition is given by Chief Justice Marshall. He first time says that it is an artificial person. He says that company is not a natural person, it is an artificial person. Why he is saying that it is an artificial person? Because the existence, or you may say the birth of the company, is given by the law. That means it has only existence in the eyes of the law. So you cannot say that company is a natural person. Company is an artificial person being invisible. You cannot see that company. That's why he says that company is an artificial person which is invisible, existing only in contemplation of the law. That means its existence is only in the eyes of the law. Then being a mere creation of law, it possesses only the properties. That means because it is not a natural person, it cannot take its own decision, it cannot do its work, or you can say that it cannot perform his activities itself. So it has to maintain some charter which will govern the rules and regulation which must be observed by the natural persons who are acting on behalf of the company. Confer upon it either expressly or as included in its very existence. So this is all about the definitions which are given under the Companies Act and by different scholars related with the Companies Act. In tomorrow's lecture we will discuss the characteristics of the company. Okay, thank you.